This is Free Money Wednesdays, where funding meets vision. Access becomes strategy, the fastest way to get attention. Apply for funding that lets them see your brand in motion. If you're building something worth backing, visibility starts here.
So this is Free Money Wednesdays, a segment within my podcast, Refresh, Relax, Renew. And this segment is published as an independent podcast after Refresh, Relax, Renew airs every Wednesday. Okay, now this is a very special segment in the podcast. It's where we talk about money. Money for your business, money for your divine purpose, money for your brand, money for building, money for expanding. And it's about tapping into those monies that are already assigned for your divine purpose. Money that you don't have to struggle to get out of people. You don't have to beg people who don't have money. You don't have to go to your friends and your family and those people who are close to you who may not have money, right? You can seek out those people who actually have money and want to give money and want to spend money, right? Yes. So before we go to my special, I have a special article that I wrote a script for this episode because there's something I want to actually share with you. But before I go to that, I want to just gonna do a run through of the grants that are currently the funding blog that is currently on my website, so that you can see what is currently available. What grants are currently available for January. Okay. Yes, so we're going to run through this now just to make sure that you're fully aware of what's currently available to you. So currently I'm on my website, mycoachministry.com. You can go there anytime, scroll through, and I'm scrolling through just to show you where to find the blog. So you see where it says Free Money Funding Blog. All right. So it is right here. And we're speaking about January. So here is January. So we're going to click on January right here because that's what we're talking about today. So I'm just going to go through because I would have shared this with you again throughout this month, on the podcast, as well as it's at the website. I would have already been sharing with you the information for the grants that are listed. So we have the 2026 active grant listing for NGOs, faith-based organizations, and Black entrepreneurs. Receipts included, deadlines verified, hope funded. Free Money Wednesdays, and the blog is at mycoachministry.com/blog. So I'm only going to be mentioning the ones that are still open. Right. So I also in this blog shared with you platforms or websites or organizations that curate funding and grants information. So you can also go there. So for example, I shared with you Funds for NGO, which remains a trusted source for NGOs and faith-based organizations seeking grants early in the year. The January to February 2026 listings include over 500 active opportunities worldwide with verified deadlines and application details. And the highlights: grant focused on community health, education, and social justice. Special funds for faith-based initiatives supporting vulnerable populations. Opportunities for capacity building and organizational development. So let's go through to see what's available. So here is one, the AFJ discretionary grant. This is for Jamaica, and the deadline is February 6, 2026, and you can get up to USD $20,000. And then you have one for February 14, the Eisenhower Fellowships Innovative Entrepreneurs Program, and this is for entrepreneurs building scalable social ventures. And so it fits because of leadership, enterprise, and global exposure. And that one, the deadline is February 14, next month. And then the next one we have that is still available, community organizing grants, multiple funders, and this is for grassroots and Black-led community organizations. The focus is civic engagement, systems change. And the deadline for this one is January 31, but it's also a rolling grant. Rolling means that it comes around multiple times for the year. And so here's a tip. Funds for NGO is best used as a radar, not a final stop. Always click through to the original funder page before applying, just like this one as well. Is I put it on my blog to bring it to your attention, to share it with you. You come to the blog, click on the link will take you to the place where it's at, and then you get access to all the information that is related. So here's a tip for applying. Review eligibility carefully. Many grants require nonprofit registration or faith-based status. Prepare a clear project summary that shows measurable outcomes. Submit early to avoid last-minute technical issues. All right, now going on to U.S. federal funding for 2026 deadlines. We're talking about January. So we have a deadline here for, so first the U.S.-based NGOs, and this is for U.S.-based NGOs and entrepreneurs. Grants.gov is the central hub for federal funding. So in 2026, the government announced over 1,000 grant opportunities across agencies like the Department of Health and Human Services, the Small Business Administration, and the Department of Education. Yes, faith-based organizations are eligible for many federal grants when the funds are used for approved services, housing, workforce, environment, education, right? So we have one that the deadline is January 28th, and that's the EPA Brownfields Assessment Grants. And it's for nonprofits, community development partners, and that's January 28th. That's not yet here. We're now at what? January 22? That's correct. And then the next one the deadline is February 19, and that's also for nonprofits, and that is the supportive services for veteran families, right? So that's nonprofits serving veterans. That's who it's for. And then we have one, the deadline is September 30, Community Development Bank Grant. And that's who's eligible for this one? Nonprofits and partners. All right. So that is for that one. And then we have development aid, that's international and Caribbean grants. Development aid offers a curated list of international grants, including many focused on the Caribbean region. This platform is ideal for NGOs and entrepreneurs working in development, climate resilience, and social entrepreneurship. This is where Caribbean, African, and EU-funded NGO opportunities shine. So right now we have that one. We have one under here that is for, it's called the Enable European Commission Africa, and it's for Africa, or in bracket Africa anyway. And the amount is euro 2 million. And then the focus is for food security and community resilience. It's for NGOs and CSOs, and the deadline is February 9. And February 9. Now here's how to stand out. Tailor your proposal for the funders' priorities. See where you align with the funders, right? Such as environmental impact or social inclusion. Include local partnerships and community involvement in your application. Provide clear budgets and timelines. All right. Now you can go to my website and you can click on this. You can go to my website, go to the blog, and read all the information that's there. There's a lot of tips, hacks, and all of that good stuff, and the links to the relevant grants. All right, so great. So that's it for that. Now, I also want to share with you today. So we talk about grants and applying for grants and all of that good stuff, right? But I want to share something just to bring us into mindfulness when we talk about these things, what we're actually saying, how are we showing up, and all of that good stuff, right? Yes, so let's do this now. So I think I should put it here, right? So for our Free Money Wednesday special feature today, I'm talking about how to build your own path without a blueprint. Because a lot of us as entrepreneurs, when we are building what we're building, it's pretty much a new pathway that we're building. We're building a new pathway to achieve something that we're all seeking to achieve, to provide a solution that who we're providing it to, they don't have the solution yet. And sometimes in creating the pathway, we ourselves don't have, the pathway is not ready made for us, because it's not that there are not pathways out there that we could be following, but we want to create a pathway that's aligned with the lifestyle we desire, right? So this is for the people, for the entrepreneurs who want to build the kind of lifestyle or establish the kind of lifestyle around themselves where everything flows, so you can maintain your peace, you can still earn and take care of yourself whilst doing something meaningful, but also living well. And the way to do that is to, what I would call, retrofit everything in your best interest. But to do that, you're now going to go on a path that is unknown, that's not yet built, that's not yet clear, because if it was already built, you'd be on it. Right? So we're here, this I'm sharing with you now is about how to build your own pathway without a blueprint, without burning out, losing money, or shrinking your vision to fit systems that were never designed for you. All right? Okay. So, yes, build one thing at a time, but don't build one thing in isolation. Build it as part of a system. And I promote ecosystems, having ecosystems. You know, I love the domino effects. I like when I do one thing and it just moves through and like a domino effect, and I'm able to maximize on it to the fullest potential, right? So when people hear focus on one thing, they often think that means doing one task that only produces one outcome. That's not what I mean. That's not what we're saying. We mean choose one anchor activity and build it in such a way that its value expands beyond you, right? Think dominoes, not silos, right? Now the ecosystem, right? Build one thing inside of a system. So let's say I have this one podcast, right? That single action, if I record one podcast, that single action can become content, advertising space, sponsorship inventory, YouTube revenue, credibility, community, and funding leverage, right? Just the one podcast. Yes? I didn't work harder. I worked intentionally. One action, multiple outcomes. That's not hustle, that's design, right? One idea, multiple impact. The impact multiplies. So you have to learn as an entrepreneur, when I'm building my thing, I have the idea of what I'm building, but how do I build it in such a way that it's my one idea, but it gives me multiple income streams, it's automated, it has influence, and it's visible. It's visible, right? So I'm building one thing, but not in isolation. So your impact multiplies. Yes? That's what we're talking about, right? You're allowed to move at your pace, right? You are allowed to move at your pace. You're allowed to build slowly, but everything you build should live inside a vision, a structure, and a plan that allows it to grow beyond you. Build one thing, but build it correctly so it can expand, so it can multiply, so it can sustain you. Sustainability, right? That is what we are talking about. Yes. Let me go back to the other graphic because I want you to see it again. A well-designed knife, for example. I like to speak with an analogy and references. So, for example, a well-designed knife isn't valuable because it cuts one thing. It's valuable because it can be used across contexts, by different people, for different needs, in different places, in different countries, right? Anybody anywhere can use a knife. Yes. Your work should function the same way. The value isn't just what you can do with it. It's how many ways it can serve once it exists. Yes. Right? So let's talk about the mindset, the grant mindset. Right? Let me see if I'm on the right image. Okay, so when we talk about grants, right? When we talk about grants, we're not only talking about large organizations. When we talk about grants, we're not only talking about large organizations writing big checks. Every customer is a grantor. Every customer is a grantor and is a mouthpiece to potential grantors. And sometimes you don't know where the voice of your customer may reach, right? It may reach the ear of the big check grantor. All right. The person who pays you $10 and the funder who gives you $10 million are looking for the same three things. Yes? Clarity. What, who, why. The three things all funders share: customer or grantor, big check or little check, big check or coin, right? The first thing, clarity. What is this about? Who is this for? Why are we doing it? Right? So what do you do? Who is it for? Why does it matter? That's the questions that are here. All right. So for clarity, people must easily know, what do you do? What is it for? Who is it for? That's why I always ask my clients, who do you long to serve? And why does it matter? The second thing is trust. Can I rely on you? Once I find you as a solution, will your well ever run out? Are you going to get tired and bored? Is my investment going to be in vain? Yes? So the trust, will you deliver? Will you deliver? Are you consistent? Are you consistent? Can you be relied on? Can you be relied on? And I'm going to put one in there. I'm going to put one in there. Are you mindful in your ministry? Are you somebody who I'm going to have eyes on top of for you to do things the way I need it? Or are you just somebody who, yes, you deliver, but you deliver what you want to deliver, when you want to deliver it, how you want to deliver it? Are you consistent? Yeah, you're consistent enough for yourself. You show when you want to show up. And can I rely on you? And also, some people operate within a parameter of, I said I'm only doing A, B, C, and D on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, so that's it. Is there room for us to move freely without compromising each other's boundaries, but at the same time not being so stringent and so strict on the lines that you have to operate within a box? Clients don't want that either. Grantors don't want that either. We want a partnership with you. We want a collaboration. We want to know that our business is important to you. And so if we have a deadline at 5, but your job ended at 4:59, you're not going to quit. It's going to be important to you that we meet that deadline, even though you might have to go a little bit over time this time. You know what I mean? So, yes. And the third one is value. Is it worth it? Are you worth what you're asking for? I did an episode where I said, are you worth that six-figure ask? That six-figure ask that you have, are you worth it? Are you worth your weight in gold? Right? So value, what changes because I gave this? Now that I pay you this, what solution, what problem is no longer in my life? What solution am I now enjoying because you're now providing it? What problem does this solve? Why is it worth my money? What problem are you solving for me? Yeah? Right? Money talks, but it listens to systems. Money talks, but it listens to systems. A grant funder doesn't fund chaos. A customer doesn't buy confusion. You must study what you're building, and you have to constantly study it, because it once you're building a system or a business that works, it's no different. I always say it's no different from a child. It's a living, breathing system because people are in it, which means that there are changes happening every single day. It's evolving, and because if it doesn't evolve, it can't solve real problems on any long-term basis. It's not sustainable. Right? So you have to be constantly studying your business. Like me, I don't just study my business. I study my customer's business, my client's business. They're my business. I study them and I study their business consistently. That's probably what I do the most. That's what I do the most in my business, in my work. Most of my time is invested in studying my clients, because once I study them and I study their business, it's easy for me to find the solution, and the solution that works for both of us. The solution that requires the least effort. But if I don't know the thing inside and out, I won't know the best solution or the easiest solution or the less stressful solution. I have to study it to know that, right? So money does talk. Money talks, but it listens to systems. A grant funder doesn't fund chaos. A customer doesn't buy confusion. When your one thing lives inside a clear ecosystem, money knows where to land. Money knows where to land. And that's why I help my customers build ecosystems. That's right. Yes? Now, we have to look at the employee, from transitioning from employee mindset to a builder mindset. And here are some things that you should expect, right? You have tasks and limits. Can I do this? You have design and systems. How can I create this? You hear what I said before when I say, yes, you're in a system. Yes, you're using things familiar to you, but you have to design your own pathway. You have to determine, how do I use the knife in a way that works for my life? So someone might use the knife to farm things, to dig the earth and plant things in it. Now, I don't like to farm. I'm a lazy person. Okay. I don't like things that have me doing too much heavy lifting. I don't like heavy labor. No, I don't. My siblings can tell you that I was very lazy growing up. You know? Give me the books. Give me something I can do on the computer somewhere where I'm excited to go. So for me, using the knife, I would use the knife to cook, because I'm a vlogger. I'm an ASMR vlogger and I do food. So I'm not going to dig the earth with a knife, but I'll definitely use it to cut some cucumbers, because I love that. I enjoy that. So you see, once I learned and understood what the knife is and how it serves or what it's good for, then I can then examine. I have to also know myself to know what I like to do, and then happy medium. Get them to harmonize. The knife and what I like to do. The knife and what I like to do. Right? So let's go. Employee mindset says, I'll complete the task. Builder mindset says, I'll design the task so it multiplies. See? Employee mindset asks the question, can I do this? But the builder mindset asks the question, how can I create this? And let me be clear. There's some of us who think, oh, I'm not good at pulling things apart, putting things together, creating. We are all creators. You just need to stop looking at other people and learn for yourself how you create, so that you can create the way you create. Right? Right. So you just need to, when I hear people say, oh, I'm not good at this, or I don't like to do this, whatever, what you're actually saying to me is, I don't know myself well enough to know how I would go about doing this particular task. Yes, you see how other people do it, but you don't have to do it how other people do it. Learn yourself and you'll know how to do it your way. Because the people you reach are looking for the ways you do it. They don't want to know how I do it. I'm a different person. The people following you want to know how you do it, because you they align with, you they share, they share with, they identify with you. So they don't want to learn how I do it. They want to learn how you do it. So we're all an ecosystem, but we should all be creating our own pathway for our own customers within that same system. Yes? And to do that is not to ask, can I do that? Is to ask, how can I create this based on who I am, what tools I have, and what I like to do. Yes. So the employee mindset says, I'll complete the task. You want someone to tell you what to do. But the builder mindset says, I'll design the task so it multiplies. Yeah? That shift alone saves people years and thousands, if not millions. Yes? Now move at your own pace, for sure. Yes, move at your own pace. Yes? Build one thing at a time, for sure. But build it with intention inside a system, so every one step creates momentum. Yes, move at your own pace. Yes, build one thing at a time, but build it with intention inside a system, so every step creates momentum. That's how you create your own path without losing yourself, your money, or your vision. I want to say thank you to one of my clients who inspired me to add this part to today's podcast, because I was going to talk about everything else, but I wasn't necessarily going to put the part about the transitioning from employee to builder mindset. But we had a conversation and I felt, you know what, I think I'm going to answer him properly by doing some research and then sharing some useful information and tips with him. And that's what I did today. And it is my hope that he'll see it, number one, because I don't tell people when I do stuff. If you are close to me and you don't want to invest time and interest in learning who I am, then you'll never benefit from me, because I'm not coming over to teach you who I am. It's your job to explore, to pay attention to me, to learn, and in supporting me, if you support me, you'll benefit from what I'm doing. Right? That's how I roll. So that is Free Money Wednesdays for today. And I just want to say, it is such a pleasure serving you. It is such a pleasure sharing this information with you, sharing these tips with you, being able to contribute to you in this kind of way. It is such a pleasure for me. It's a joy, actually, because I love. There's nothing more rewarding to me than providing support to someone and watch them win and grow and advance and watch them achieve what they want to achieve. You know what? I want to share something with you that one of my clients said to me yesterday, and I'm going to share my response to. I can't share the screen because it's a personal message in my personal chats. I can't share that, but I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to close with this. The person said, "Good evening. Thanks again for all that you did today for the company and myself. Oh, you don't know how I'm appreciative of it. I'm functioning in a much better place. To God be all the glory. God bless you." And this was my response. Knowing that you feel supported and your vision is manifesting, that makes me happy. I want your experience with me to confirm God is literally with you, supporting you and moving things in your favor. God bless you for all the cold days you sat and every single person you fed. God bless you. So that's a testimonial right there. And I'm just sharing that with you to let you know I was designed and born and created, and God sent me here as a support system for entrepreneurs, people who truly are willing and ready to invest time, effort, and interest to build as system and ecosystem wherein they can thrive, they can grow, and they can have sustainability of financial support in their life. They can have sustainable purpose and sustainable financing in their life. I'm not just about somebody who wants to just hustle. I'm not here for the hustler. That's not who I've been sent to serve. I'm here to send the persons who want to build legacies, who want to build sustainability, who want to live quality life, and still have purpose, divine purpose, who want their work to mean something and don't just want to hustle through life, but want to build something that will outlive them. I'm a divine purpose. I'm a divine purpose investor for such a person. I will dedicate my time, my money, my interest, my prayer, my joy in something like that, because I am passionate about supporting people. I have no desire to lead. I just want to support the people who I care about, my loved ones, those who invest in me. I just want to support you. I love that kind of thing. I love to watch people win. I enjoy it more when I watch you win than when I win, because I don't know, like for me, I'm like, I know I'm going to win. Like I have no doubts about my win. But when I'm able to help someone win, especially someone who had doubts and someone who wasn't sure, and they come and you trust the process and you let us build and you do your investment and you let the time run as it's supposed to. And then when we look what we build and you're like, look at this that we built, baby, you know? And on that note, I want to share with you, what am I going to share? First, I'm going to share with you a message from one of my clients. So I'm going to share that with you now. Thank you so much for watching Free Money Wednesdays, and thank you for staying tuned to this podcast. I really appreciate you. I'm Coach Raquel. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay with us.
Strong organizations are built on more than strategy. They're built on people. At Human Impact Development Consulting, we help organizations strengthen leadership and support staff well-being. We put clear people systems in place that actually work. From HR advisory and policy development to leadership support, we cover it all. Our approach is practical, ethical, and people-centered. If ready for clarity, confidence, and sustainable impact, visit sandrinedunkley.com. Human Impact Development Consulting, where people systems meet performance.
I love to open new packages. I want there will be the latest information on the top funding opportunities for entrepreneurs who are seeking funding. Come along with me. I'm Coach Raquel, and it is this a passion project for me. So I'm so happy to bring this to you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Hey, I'm Coach Raquel, and this is Ask Coach, where real questions meet real growth. Because you are the expert, and I'm simply here to support you.
Each episode, we unpack life, business, and purpose. One calm, courageous conversation at a time. No hype, no fluff, just clarity, confidence, and a touch of grace. Ask boldly, live calmly, grow freely.